If the money is available, I think they should disburse this money now, because this is the right time to disburse the money. There is no need for us waiting again, because we have waited for as long as I could remember. If the money is in the account, let them disburse it now immediately. There's no time to even be saying Chere matter. No, this is not a matter of wait first. No, disburse it as soon as it hits the account. Guys, listen to what was said in this VN, and would like to hear your opinion in the comment section. Share this video and subscribe. Appreciate you guys, and bye for now.
Once again, I welcome everyone to this meeting tonight. Really, it's not um, what we would really like to do. Okay, we're all expecting something, so having meetings wouldn't really be what we want to do. By the grace of God, we fought the fight to a certain point that we ought to see results. But we keep having quite some setbacks here and there, and the way the grant community is being made, because of too many interests in this grant thing, we seem to be moving forward and going backwards. And you and I can agree that moving forward and going backwards, we are probably making motions but without movement. All right, we are making motions without movement, but we cannot continue like that. Anyone who has issues, maybe you encounter failures in something, would want to, check back to see where he or she is having the failures, so that he or she could correct them and then move forward. And not checking may make you, like I said, make motions without movement. So we've been calling for disbursement, 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 but truly, some of us must look at the situation critically to know what is wrong. What is wrong with our grant? Why is it not disbursed up till now? This is how we solve problems and then we move ahead. Otherwise, we make motions without movement. And it won't be good that 8 years running, I mean, for some people, we still haven't gotten the grant disbursed, and we're asking for the disbursement, but we don't know the problem. Yes, we should apply pressure on all who are concerned to give us the monies, and that is what we want to do tonight. So, first of all, there are issues of, what probably called up for this meeting, the bribe issue and all of that. I must say, with information that's filtered in, the last week we lost because they needed to be having meetings, a meeting that was it wasn't there before. All right, but because of someone had his way to bribe and all of that to be given audience, we were delayed. We can't keep wasting weeks. And then at times, maybe if you come to tell the masses at times make us feel sick, because they don't know and they don't want to know, and which at times is bad. You cannot solve a problem you don't know. You just have to know what the problem is so that you can solve it. And it's not good in a situation like this. We keep fighting and fighting and fighting, and we're not seeing the progress of our fight. Meanwhile, the other people too, who are doing these things to us, are hiding information from us. And then we keep saying disburse, but we don't know what is holding. So we wouldn't want a situation whereby another week begins and then we're having meetings again. When will the meetings end so that we can have disbursement? Oh, for goodness sake, when will the meetings end? So this is a problem to us. So someone now has to look critically, like, what exactly is the problem? Okay, most of us are witnesses today that from morning till even now, the platforms have been boiling, like boiling. A spillover from last night. Why? Someone said something, and then everywhere scattered. Now, if there was disbursement last week, the person wouldn't have had the chance to say that thing. And so we wouldn't have had all of this. This thing has stressed us. This thing has worked us up. This thing has really, caused us sleepless nights. And we need to get it over with. But we have to know which doors to knock or who to call so that we can get this thing over with. This is where we now come in. What are the issues? You have AGPGN, you have UAAG sites contesting, dragging, and it has come to a point that most people don't believe either side any longer. But that you do not believe in something any longer does not mean you shouldn't know what the problem is. Because not knowing what the problem is will still make you to be in the same place. At times you don't even know if the whole thing is a cook up stuff. However, everybody will not get information, from the right places. And it's also unfortunate that some information is not able, we are not able to share some information publicly, depending on how sensitive or how critical it is. Then at the same time, because we can't share them, and we find ourselves in a situation maybe holidays catch up with us like this, and in the process of waiting for what we wanted to, the stage we wanted to be fixed, another thing comes in. So delay becomes dangerous. Delay really becomes dangerous. If we had disbursement, like it's solid information filtering in last week, Friday should not have passed. And it keeps like this should not have been, this should not have been. So what exactly it is? We need to identify the factors and the clogs in the wheel, the individuals causing the problem, and tell them, stop it. Enough is enough. Just stop it. Let us have, this disbursement. And let me just say this in summary. The truth is that the contending interest has nothing to do with you and I, basically. It just has something to do with those that had a lot of deals and are trying to protect those interests. And because they are the ones at the top there, their interest is overbearing over our own interest. And at the end of the day, you find that we don't know, everybody's protecting their interest, but the interest of the masses is not priority. So we have to look for, identify the causes and say enough is enough. Let us get this thing done. However, I come to the point that there is a direction. There is a government committee. People doubted, people say they don't want to, people say they want to know. Let me talk about that. Because at times, the difficulty we find is telling the masses, giving them the right information, and for them to now know, okay, exactly what it is. But thank God for the level of awareness now, that we know at times also where a problem is coming from. Let's talk about the committee. There was a fight because I'm talking about the UAAG and AGPGN side. I'm not, on either side. The only side I can say I am on is the side of the masses, because I want these two interests to give us the money. So the points came because for me, from what I'm seeing, is the UAG side that is agitating, not allowing the peace to be, because they feel they are slighted. Sorry if you are biased to that side, but this is the truth. Now, government had made a decision to work with who we call the AGPGN side, but in which, as a person, I like to identify who they are working with and not with AGPGN. They're not really working with AGPGN. They are working with some people in AGPGN. That's the truth. So I like to call Abdul, I like to call Amopiton out, single them out, and single Pastor John out. These are the three. And the other day they came up with a voice note and they call themselves Disbursement Team. Okay, now I was going to talk about it. A point came whereby the UAG side needed what to know who the disbursement committee people are. They say, which is disbursement committee. But we have found out that I think the Abbasi also is a member of the disbursement committee. And that's somebody that Kane knows very well. And these people are all working with Kane. Who knows this one? Who knows this man? So if we want to assess the fight and the agitation that they said, let us go to this person's church to find the committee member. Meanwhile, they know the committee member. At least I could identify the head of the committee, which was the COS, Bajabi Amila. But this Abbasi is also a member of the committee, or knows everything about the committee, like I would understand. So Ken knows this Abbasi, and all these people were fighting for Ken. So who is deceiving who? I don't know if people can get where I'm coming from. Who is deceiving who? The people that are with a member of the committee are saying, let us go and look for the committee members, and they come to convince the masses and carry some people along with them that they want to find a member of the committee. Meanwhile, they have one with them, because recent revelation shows that. So if Abbasi also is a member of the committee, who were they looking for then? That means the chase was just an empty chase. So this is part of the problem. And then the grant committee was agitated. Let us find the who are, why are they masked? Are they covered? Don't we know who they are? If you say you have a committee, but they are working with a committee member who is Kane's friend, and they are working for Kane. They are all outcrops of Kane. So that fight becomes a fight that is difficult to fight when you say you are the one that has the evidence, but you are telling people to look for it, but it is in your hand. Period. So now I know very well that the committee is working with these three people that I'm talking about now: Pastor John, Amupitong, and Abdul. These are the three. But we in grant community generalize them as AGPGN, but I don't generalize. I separate the two, because AGPGN, whether they're effective or not, is not the issue. The question is, who are they working with? They're working with some people on that of the AGPGN. When I talk, I like to classify so that you don't quote me wrongly and I can defend myself. Now, these people are the ones that say, okay, wait, we are working on things. But behind the scene, they were being fought. I have some information on that, and that is true. So it led to the confusion. Grant community is like what is shown you on the top is not what is happening at the bottom or underneath. That is grant community. Two-faced. It's a deceptive kind of thing. What is shown to us at the top is not what is happening underneath. That is the summary of grant community. So we can find ourselves at the top waiting, wondering why there's no disbursement. But it is because underneath there is fight there. And they keep telling us to wait. So if we can, as masses, know, who are the people fight? What is the cause of the fight? Because we have the power to call a spade and call whoever to order. We can then move to say, okay, no, the fight at the bottom or beneath should stop, because that is the clog in the wheel. It's not our fault who government chose to work with. It's not our fault. We don't even want to know. So the question is, if government had chosen a certain direction, let those people just go ahead and do it. But because you see, we were already divided in the grant community, or that they picked my friend, they didn't pick me, I become angry, jealous, and then I start fighting, or maybe because of my interest. But I'm saying that those interests have faulted us, has set us back a couple of weeks, you understand me? We shouldn't be still talking about disbursement right now. So let me try and summarize that. This last week, the bribed meeting, I'm putting it that way, is what delayed the disbursement from what I'm saying. Because Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday were meetings. And so they couldn't conclude probably what they wanted to do. And then we find ourselves in holiday. You all can witness and remember that there was a video MFM released ahead of a week, I think ahead of this week, identifying that June 12th was going to be a public holiday and other public holidays, and that disbursement should happen before we run into those holidays. Agreed. This thing comes with, there's a project side, there is the grant side. So it's like everything they want to make sure is tidied up. However, I think it's the grant side that is going to come out first. If they can give us that first, then we are fine. We can at least, I mean, that's what the masses applied for. What will come? No full idea until it comes. However, at this point, what we now need to do is, because one side still feel, though they're not telling us publicly, they're fighting underneath as we observe, because me, I've observed, so there is fight underneath. I'm even hearing they will be meeting tomorrow. We shouldn't wake up on Wednesday and be talking about meeting. We should just go ahead and do disbursement. So question is, what do we want? Is disbursement we want? So what we will want to do at this meeting is to tell A, go and disburse your money, B, go and disburse your money, so that we reduce the wrangling between the two. On our own side, we reduce it, so that we don't come into really taking sides. However, it doesn't stop what it is. UAG said they want to disburse grant, and AGPGN side promise palliative, whatever it's called now. So we don't have an option at this point than to, like, okay, AGPGN, bring your palliative. UAG, bring your grant. So from this meeting, every comment, every whatever you see, or we will, every post, let us reply any of such this thing, go and bring your money. Because if you have the grant, you won't be fighting for another person's grant. That's the truth. If you had your grant, you would have put all the effort and energy and go to disburse the grant, instead of coming to disturb the other side to disburse their grant, or you want to come and take over. There have been so many mistakes. The question, the write-ups we've seen online, a lot of things have come in. You didn't bring grant. You want to be the one overseeing the whole grant. Where is it done? So we should tell the people that are worrying, which at this point for me it is UAG that is worrying, because some people ask me, so what is it? Where is AGPGN Sukul? And I understand that. But you cannot fight me and expect me not to fight you back. So the simple thing is, don't originate the fight. Let's call a spade a spade. UAAG side, calm down. Stop the agitations in grant community, so that these other people that are reacting to your fight will also stop. Because you cannot insult me and I refuse to insult you back. I have to give you back. Is it not called woto woto? So let us end the woto woto and say, okay, finish. Okay, separate the fight. AGPGN, bring your promise, so we know, say we know subscribe through you. Period. That's what the masses understand. They did not subscribe officially. AGPGN did not announce a grant officially for masses to subscribe. Masses subscribe to UAAG. So they promise. So okay, you promise free something, go and bring it. These people, we paid money, you say you give us grants, go and bring the grant. So let us take something from this meeting. Every comment we see on post we see after this meeting, if the comment is UAAG bias, tell the poster who posted the thing or who is posting it, go and disburse your own. If you see an argument that is AGPGN bias, tell them, go and bring your own promise. This is how we are going to face them. Then at the same time, we call on the government. Because this thing is, whether we like it or not, somewhere government, like someone we were talking together this evening, it's just a question of government saying, oh yeah, A, B, go and sit down. This is what we want, period. Oh yeah, this person, take it, disburse. End of story. And that's it. But you see that fact that government is not buying, they are not buying the garri we buy in the market. They don't know the cost of groundnut. They don't know the cost of certain things because they have it. So we are the ones that will suffer it if we don't call on all these three sections, disburse our money. So we tell the government side, disburse our money. Let our money do what? Be disbursed and things like that. Just a minute. Please, Comrade Barnabas, can you hear me very well? Am I audible?
Yes, yes, you are clear. The question is clear.
It's okay. Thank you very much. I just wanted to test. Just make sure your in is calm. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's make the fight simpler for all of us. But without the truth, you may not be able to fight well. So, know very well that UAAG promised us grant. Let them go and bring the grant. Palliative or whatever. Let them help us to get it. At least if you cannot accept the truth beyond that, maybe the level of your knowledge, as in that is what you know, let us stay on that. But for some of us who know more than that, we can ask some other questions in some other quarters, because there's some information we know. Like I wanted to talk about the issue of bribery. Whoever is trying to bribe, stop it. Let us just have peace. Let us just progress. Things have gone far. Things have gone far. We didn't need to be talking about disbursement again now, as I'm telling you right now. This Friday that passed, or last Friday, should not have passed. From 3 different sources, independent sources, this Friday should not have passed. But you see, because of the onset of the week, we started with meetings that couldn't finish even up to Wednesday. If case not taken, as I'm hearing, tomorrow they start with meeting. Who is holding these meetings? Let us rest, please, and let us have disbursements. Government, please stop the meetings. That is why one of our proposals this evening is, government, please override all contending interests and order for immediate disbursement through the disbursement committee with the disbursement team. Just execute it for us, because the masses are going through a lot. If not for any other thing, in the interest of the masses, set aside all contending forces and then let an order for disbursement through the disbursement committee and the disbursement team take place from tomorrow, Wednesday 20th, from tomorrow. We can't keep losing days and losing time over meetings that, you see, like I wrote something the other time. I said, masses, if we like, let us fight. If we don't like, let us leave. But the truth is that this government, they can keep having meetings and having meetings. They're not feeling it. It is we that are going to suffer the impact of the meetings. So let us tell these people, it's not about taking sides. It's taking our disbursement. Don't call it taking sides. Mr. A is standing on my way, and you say I shouldn't tell Mr. A to leave my way because I'm taking sides. I say no. Let Mr. A leave my way. He is the problem. It's simple. Call a spade a spade. And that is how some of us who know better should address issues. That probably will bring some contention, but the truth be told. However, what we know generally is that AGPGN, please, you promise us palliative, bring it, disburse, start tomorrow, disburse. What's this? The UAAG, you promise us grants. From tomorrow, commence your disbursement. Stop fighting. So let us now begin to tell them, stop. UAAG, go and bring your own. AGPGN, go and bring your own. So that we don't want to see this their fight anymore. So whether it is underground they are fighting or above the ground they are fighting, let both of them go and get us their own separate disbursements. That is what we, the masses, want. And we are tired of their struggle and their this thing. So that anyone that makes a post online biased to AGPGN, answer the post, go and start your commence your disbursements. That's what the masses want. Commence your AGPGN what disbursements. The one that are inclined biased to UAG, those comments and those posts, reply them. Go and disburse your own. Stop arguing over you're calling Ustas. This one is calling this one. We don't need all those cross callings. Permit my English, but that's it. Let each side focus on their disbursement and bring it to us so that we can have this thing and go our way. In summary, that is what we really have. We tell the government, override all contending interests and give us disbursement, please. through the disbursement committee and the disbursement team. Let them go ahead immediately tomorrow, Wednesday 20th, commence disbursement. Masses are dying. Rising cost of food, drugs, rising cost of food, drugs, transportation, all other things, items is affected. And like I said, Nigeria doesn't know her population. Changing national anthem will not reduce any price of food if the basic things are not done. If this grant is not even disbursed, it will not cushion the what is happening, because the available money is drying up. As you keep supporting people, you keep supporting more people, you discover that the source you have cannot keep supporting people who don't have, that is, we don't even know our number. I don't know if you get the statistics I'm trying to present. The source that you're giving is limited. We have known that we have made more money in the economy, but we have more hunger because when we have population is bursting, people are being born every day, and at the end people are also growing, but the resources are lacking. The farms in Nigeria, because of insecurity, they are not producing. So a little is circulating back to the population that doesn't make us have enough. So if you used to stay maybe for 1 month, 2 months without really struggling for anything, you find out that you don't last up to 2 weeks today without looking for extra money to make up. And this is the situation. So let this money be released to cushion us. However it wants to be, let them just do it so that we get going. This will be our plea to government. And then AGPGN, go and do your promise. UAAG, go and do your promise. Let us stop the whole fight thing. And people in government should stop accepting any further meetings. Please, in the interest of masses, don't accept further meetings again. You've already set up the structure. This thing is not hard for CBN to go ahead and do it. We are tired. Enough is enough. Government of Nigeria, have mercy on us. In the interest of the poor masses, I would like to remind the administration of President, His Excellency President Tinubu, that this is still what Nigerians are waiting for. And it will be in the good interest of his administration that he helps us out on time. And that what is happening now, the hardship of dying people and all hospital is unnecessary. It's avoidable. The deaths are avoidable. I would like to, hold forth there and then, ask for contributions. And if you have a question you want to ask, if I can answer, I will answer. If I don't have an answer, I'll also tell you, and then we see what we can do. Thank you very much, and good evening.